Hey Sarah.
Hi, Bethany.
I'm so excited to be back.
Me too.
Did you do anything fun over the weekend?
I had a super relaxing weekend. I did three of my favorite things. I slept, I read, and I binge watched the show I'm currently watching, which is Quantico. So, what about you?
That sounds like a really good weekend.
Yeah.
Mine was a little more active than normal. We actually went to the beach.
Ooh.
Yeah, and we decided to make it a true adventure, and we went over to the Atlantic side.
Fun.
And all I can say is the waves are bigger. I was knocked down a few times, and I was very sore when I woke up the next day.
Yes, that's the waves. You get a workout in without realizing it, and those are the best workouts.
Oh my gosh. I almost got run over by a body surfer, and I think he was as scared as I was, and he was like coming right at me, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh my.
It was fun. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Welcome back to the Mulberry Book Drop. Oh, that's so exciting. Oh.
It is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so our Tales and Tales celebration is off to an amazing start, guys. So we're just going to kick this off with a tiny bit of housekeeping. I don't know about you, Sarah, but like everybody who's been coming in for the crafts and the book clubs, and oh my gosh, so many people signed up for summer reading this year.
Oh, they sure did. I think you looked up the numbers and you were like, these are more people than we've had in like the past couple summers. It's just been really exciting, and everyone's just been really energetic and so excited to be in the library physically and just getting to spend time with other people, I think.
Definitely. And it's not too late. So if you and your family are interested, you can find the links on our social media. They're on Facebook. They're also on our website. Goodreads, I listed them on Goodreads. And then if you stop in the library, we actually have a cool poster right now with the QR codes. So if you sign up and you log your minutes, you can actually earn weekly and monthly prizes for reading.
Who doesn't love prizes? Come on.
I do love prizes. And with that being said, don't forget to check the calendar and make sure that you're registering for summer events. We've had some of them fill up. We also have our regular book clubs going on for all ages. I've actually had some new people at my adult book clubs, which has been so much fun.
Oh, yeah, and everyone that comes in, I'm like, hey, we have adult book clubs, not just for kids.
Yeah, and they, like, my regulars are just some of the most welcoming people you could ever imagine. They're so much fun, and I don't know, it's really interesting getting to meet new people and learning what they like and stuff as well, and it always brings a different perspective to the book club, so it's a good time.
I bet. And I'm gonna drop this. My mama's in one of her book clubs, so I get to like hear all about them, and she has a lot of fun. So shout out to my mama.
Love it. And then guys, we have huge news. Sarah, do you want to tell them what it is?
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna, keep it a little bit of a surprise for a second, let you ponder what it is.
If I was good at a drum roll, I'd be like, but I can't do it.
Okay, so we are officially at our location, we are fine free.
Yay!
Which means that there are no more fines. Which means if you're late on one of our books and you bring it back, you don't owe any money on it. None. Zero. I mean, come on. As if libraries weren't already cool enough, and they just keep getting cooler.
This is the time, guys. If you have a book that you had sitting at home that you were afraid to bring back because it was in lost status, bring it back. As long as it's still in good condition, those fines are going to be waived. Your card will be back in perfect standing, and you can start checking stuff out again. So books, video games, movies, the library is just going to open back up to you, and we're so excited about it. And I know a lot of people have had questions about how this process works and why we did it. So it's, a little lengthy with the questions, but definitely same thing. Go to our website, check out our social media. We have all of the frequently asked questions listed. But the reality is we really don't earn that much money for our budget in fines, in overdue fines. That's just not where it comes from. And it's more important to be able to get items to our patrons, to let people come in and actually check out what they need and be a part of that library community. So exactly. Come back to us. We're so excited.
Yes. So if you haven't been in a while, come see us. We'd love to see you.
Are you ready to talk about what we're here for today, Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay. So a couple years ago when I first started here, we sort of had a very special moment together, and we wanted to share it with you guys because we're total nerds. But to get started, I'm just going to tell you that what we're talking about today is fangirling, and this is our library edition of fangirling. So Sarah, my younger counterpart here, what is your definition of fangirling?
So I would say that fangirling is either loving a band or like some kind of famous person. It could be an author, since we're talking about books, or a movie star, a singer, anyone that you absolutely love, and something happens and you have these moments, and they're called like fangirling moments. So like, as if you didn't already love them enough, it's a moment where you like get super psyched, and it could be that they like message you back on, like, let's say Instagram, or they like recognize one of your comments and like your comments, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm fangirling so hard right now. They just liked my comment. They just like commented back to me, that kind of thing. And then I know, like, for some people that go to like concerts and actually meet the person or an author or whoever it is, and then it's just, you have that like awe moment, and you're just like, oh my goodness, like, is this happening? This is really happening. And you're like starstruck. So I guess it's kind of like a form of starstruck. So that's probably the best way that I can explain it.
It's also kind of like a moment of connection, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you, usually if you're fangirling, you at least know a little bit about the person.
Mm-hmm.
And so even though they might not know you, you know them. And so to you, it feels like you've like connected on this personal level, even though it's probably not. They might not have even been looking at you when you're sitting in the front row waving your sign. But hey, who knows?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, I want to ask you this question. So, talking about fangirling, have you ever had a fangirling moment?
I have had a couple, and, for those of you who don't know me very well yet, I'm a total nerd, so all of my fangirl moments really do relate more to books. I did have an author once. I put all my books on my Goodreads, and I read something back in like maybe 2013, and I just loved the book so much. It was called Free Days with George, and it's learning life's lessons from one very big dog. It was about a Newfoundland. It's like my absolute dream dog. But I wrote my review, and the author, Colin Campbell, actually liked my review. So the fact that he even saw it kind of was living on that high for a couple weeks. I was very, very excited about it. But before I came to the library, I also spent 20 years working for a very large bookstore. And so we used to do author events. And I actually had a chance to meet and work with Jim Kelly. So if you're a football fan, if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, maybe you know who that is. He did get us to the Super Bowl 4 times, even though we didn't win. But he's still, to me, he's a national treasure. This man has fought cancer. He's lost his son. And, somehow him and his wife still remain so strong in their faith and raising their daughters. And he's an amazing human being. And I think the last one, though, is my all-time favorite memoir. Have I ever told you about the book, The Glass Castle?
I don't think so. Maybe?
Okay, you may have heard of the movie. I love the book so much I can't get myself to watch the movie, even though it stars one of my favorite people. But the book, it's a memoir, and it is sad sometimes, but it's so amazing how strong and resilient the girl who wrote the book, the woman, is, and still to this day in her life, if you follow her and see what she's done so that she can still keep an eye on her mother and all that kind of stuff. It was just really wild. And she actually came to a Empowering Women event that we had when I still lived in New York.
Oh, and very cool.
Yeah, we brought her book there so people could, buy them and have them signed and stuff. And she signed my own personal copy, and I have a picture with her, and, she hugged me. Like, it was kind of, I really had this moment of connection with her, and so I really nerded out.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome.
Wow. What about you? Have you ever had a moment?
So I've not had, I know this is shocking, I've never really met a lot of like famous people, even going to Disney. As much as I have gone to Disney, I've never seen a famous person, and when I'm on Facebook and see all these people posting pictures of running into these people at Disney, I'm like, wow, I miss that. So, but I can think of a time when I was in middle school, before I moved up here. I lived in a different county, But we actually had a band come to my middle school and play in our gym. And the band was actually We the Kings. So they have a song, I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's called like Check Yes Juliet.
That does sound really familiar.
Yeah, that's probably like their most famous song. And I think I knew like two or three, or one or two, I don't know, like other songs of theirs. And they played it, but it was like one of those like super like intimate concerts. And only like 50 of us actually bought tickets to it. So like our little $5 tickets, we got to go in the gym and be like right front row, and then afterwards they like signed stuff, and I didn't have anything with me, so I just took out a piece of paper and got everyone in the band, and I didn't know any of their names, but I was just like, wow, this is so cool, like my school got this band to come play here, and I got their signatures, and like I feel like we're like best friends now. No idea what their names are, but like we're like this, we're close. So that's probably the only fangirl moment that I've really like ever had in my personal life.
It's kind of cool though. You almost got like a personal concert.
Right? Yeah. I mean, hey.
That's neat. Well, okay, so we're going to take you guys just a tiny bit back in time. When I first started at the library, and I was kind of getting to know my coworkers, I did it the way that I'm most comfortable doing it, and that was by talking about books. I really like to get to know people through what they read, what they like, what they don't like. It just really, I don't know, it just gives you a glimpse into them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So Sarah and I were talking, and she was kind of, you know, in a little reading slump, and it was like, I just don't know what to read. So,
well, let me preference this.
Okay.
When Bethany first met me, I really only read one genre, and that genre consisted of Christian romance. So, and not the Amish kind. Like, so there was very slim pickings, and that's really all that I read when Bethany met me. So, yes, I was in a reading slump.
So I didn't just get you out of your comfort zone, I like threw you off a cliff.
Yes, and I was 100% here for it.
Well, we were talking, and so I gave her a suggestion, and it was this book that I read it a while ago, and it has still to this day it sticks with me, and I can't stop telling people that they need to read it. And the crazy thing about this book, guys, is it's not just like a, hey, the story starts here and then it goes there. No, the story's told backward.
Oh, yeah.
It starts here, and then every chapter is like the day before, the day before, the day before, and you're like, what? But I don't know, Sarah, did it like confuse you at all, or did you were just like so in it you had to know what happened?
So it did confuse me, but like in the best way possible, if that makes sense. So yeah, when she had told me that like you read it backwards, I was like, what do you mean you read it backwards? So does that mean like you find out who did it, and then you find out like the day before like what led up to it? And that's not at all how it is. And that was the first book that I've read like that. I don't know if I really read anything else like that since, but it just, oh my gosh, it was like mind-blowing. I think I read it in like a day and a half. It definitely helped me get out of my reading slump, so shout out to Bethany for that one. It hands down, I loved it so much that I read it from the library, but then ended up buying my own copy.
So I know you guys are probably like, what book are you talking about? So here it is. It's called All the Missing Girls, and it's by an author named Miranda. So this led to us telling our friend Crystal that she also needed to read this book. So next thing you know, she's reading this book, Sarah's reading one of her newest books, I'm trying one of her young adult books because, oh my goodness, it blew my mind when I learned that she wrote young adult titles as well. Needless to say, we ordered everything of hers that we could find in Polk County Library System, and we read all of it.
A whole rotation, the three of us were just literally rotating books back and forth to each other.
Yep, just sharing book reports, like just breaking it down. So at one point, we were all reading a different book at the same time, and we thought, oh, wouldn't it be cute if we took a picture, because we love books and we're such good friends and we love Meg and Miranda. So we take this picture, and it was adorable, was it not?
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
So we decided to throw it up on Instagram. And Sarah takes care of our Instagram page. And Sarah, tell them what happened.
So I love to give credit where credit is due. So of course we posted a picture with an author's books, and so I was like, now we have to tag her in this. Like, this is so cool. Like, she may see it, but like, odds are she probably won't see it, which not a big deal. And I tagged her in the picture, and I was like, when you and your coworkers now share like a favorite author, and she ended up like commenting. She commented on it, and it wasn't like very long after I had posted it that she actually commented on it. And when I tell you, I freaked out. Oh my goodness, Bethany, do you want to tell them how I reacted?
It was, I mean, she wrote pretty quickly, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah.
Because all I remember is we were, like, at the desk, and all of a sudden you came running down that little hallway we had, and you're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And we're like, what's wrong? And you're like, she wrote us back. She wrote us back. Megan Miranda wrote us back. And then you, like, showed it to us, and of course, I mean, Crystal and I just lost it as well. We were so excited. It was the most ridiculous thing, but guys, we completely fangirled.
Oh,
Library edition. We were so excited. Kind of ridiculously so that we wrote a blog post on our website about it. We made a YouTube video about it.
Yes, we did.
And we also shared our story on our Goodreads discussion topics because, like Sarah said, give credit where credit's due. If an author cares enough about their readers that they're taking the time to notice when somebody mentions them, and I mean, she reached out to us, and we already love her books. So, hey, everybody, give her a try. She's fabulous.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, I've posted other pictures and tagged, other people in it, and they typically never, like, respond back. But the fact that she did that, I was just like, I mean, as if we didn't love her enough. We love her even more now. So, huge shout out to Megan Miranda.
So what else do we have to tell them about Megan Miranda?
So, in just a few short days, she is coming out with a brand new book. Yes, a brand new book. And Bethany and I are ready. We're excited. We are, I would not say patiently waiting for it to show up in the library system. Because I definitely checked right before we came over here to record.
I do. I've been checking daily just so I could put it on the hold list, but it's not in the system yet.
Not yet, but it's called Such a Quiet Place, and I just already know because hello, it's Megan Miranda. It's gonna be a hit, and I'm ready.
Yeah, and we really liked her last one too. She had the previous adult title was the Girl from Widow Hills, and that was a fun one. We've had a couple of people, like some of our regulars, that were looking for suggestions, and we had given them that, and they really enjoyed that one too.
Oh yeah, and I mean, hey, if you're like, this Megan Miranda character sounds interesting, I want to order some of her books. We got the hookup. We know where you can do that.
Yeah, just reach out to Sarah and Bethany. We'll get them all on your hold list.
All of them. There's a lot. Yes.
So, Sarah, what are you actually reading right now? Do you have anything new you want to share with us?
So, I am actually reading to a book. Reading to a book. No, I'm not reading to a book. I'm reading a book and listening to a book. There we go. So I'm actually listening to The Silent Patient, which I think if you're a thriller fan, I think everyone pretty much knows what that book is. And I'm kind of excited because I'm going into it blind. I purposely didn't look into it before I clicked on it to listen. So our director actually told me that I should read it. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm only 2% done with it. So I think I'm like not even on chapter 1 yet. So I'm reading that, and then the other book that I'm reading, hold on, I wrote down the title. Here it is. Okay, so The Last Secret You'll Ever Keep, and I'm only about 30 pages into it. But so far, it's basically about a girl who was kidnapped, buried, and then escaped, and nobody believes her. And we're now like 6 months ahead of time. 6 months after it happened. So it's interesting, and I'm very intrigued by it. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing this weekend. It's just reading. So what are you reading?
So same as Sarah, I like to have an audiobook going as well as something that I'm physically reading. So the audiobook that I just finished that I'm going to share with you guys is the one that Sarah told you to read last month. Sarah, I finally read or listened to the Don't Look For Me by Wendy Walker.
Yes.
You were right. It was so good.
So good.
She did tell me if I'm running that I might not want to listen to it because it would make me run too fast because I'd be trying to get home, but it was really good. And if you are an audiobook person, I did enjoy the narrator. I thought she did a nice job.
Oh yeah, she was great.
Yeah. And then for like a physical book that I just finished recently, it was suggested by another podcast that I listened to, and it was called Brood. It's by Jackie Polzin, I think is how her last name's pronounced. It was really interesting because it was kind of told in like a journal format, which I enjoy once in a while, but what kind of was strange to me is you never find out the main character's name.
Huh.
Yeah, so you're like reading her journal in a way, and so she mentions her husband and her friends' kids and the chickens. She has these 4 chickens that she's like caring for and all that kind of stuff. And through all of those relationships and the caring for the chickens, you learn so much about her, but you never find out her name. And
Interesting.
Yeah, I found it to be a really interesting tactic that the author used, and it didn't bother me, which I almost think is a little weird because you would think it would, but
Right.
I really, really liked it. And I didn't realize that I cared anything about chickens, but I kind of was caring about her chickens. I think that I was really concerned.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Yeah, and you know what else I've been doing lately?
What?
So I was my kids are really good eaters. They're not very picky. But I was feeling like we were eating the same things a lot lately. So I found myself on the Libby app, magazines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I was flipping through, and oh my gosh, I did not realize that we have all of the Food Network magazines. So of course I'm like, Food Network, because I used to be obsessed with that one. But I also found, if anyone has like food issues or, strange food choice issues like myself, I found on there they have the Vegan Food and Living.
Ooh.
Yes, so strange people like me can find recipe ideas.
I bet they got some good ones.
There was. So I have a couple of new things coming up that we're going to be trying. So.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well,
yeah, this was fun.
yeah, it's getting to that time.
Yeah. Oh, before we close out though,
Yeah.
I just have to say, first of all, thank you so much to everybody for your kind words last month, because
Yes.
we know this is a learning experience,
Yes.
and we only hope to get better. I'm not 100% sure, but I think our microphone volumes might be a little better this time around.
I hope so. I've been watching our levels the whole time, and mine's still a little bit louder.
Okay.
But it's okay. It's okay.
It can't be as bad as it was last time.
No, learning process.
So we're figuring this out, guys. But
Yeah.
you have all been so kind and so supportive. And I mean, Sarah and I were just, I don't know, it really warmed our hearts. That sounds really cheesy, but it's true.
Yeah, everyone's just been really supportive, and a couple people have like given me pointers and like what we can do, or like things that they loved about what we talked about. So that was super cool. So thank you guys for listening. You can find our podcast on all the major platforms. We have it on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and there's one last one, Amazon Music. That's it. So I believe almost all of them are free. I just, of course with Apple Podcasts, you have to have an Apple product. But most of the other ones, I think you can listen to with no problem. Just download the app. So subscribe, like, if you can comment. Tell us that we're your favorites and you love us.
Yay! And the other thing too, if you have a chance to stop into the library, make sure you check out our kids' room, because we got spoiled. Our friends group bought us new shelves.
Oh, they look beautiful.
Yes.
Oh my
the
goodness.
Mulberry Friends of the Mulberry Library, they take such good care of us, and we just love them. And they treated us to new bookshelves for our kids' room. And so if we're not grateful enough for our friends group, the city guys have been working so hard to put them up for us. And I mean, it's a project.
Yeah, they've been so patient doing it and so kind, and we're just very appreciative
Yeah,
of all
we
the
love
hard
having
work.
them around.
Yeah.
I can't tell you guys how lucky we are.
Yeah.
Seriously. So, but I think that's it. So make sure you follow us on social media if that's your thing. So you got Facebook, Instagram. We are on Goodreads. It's just under Mulberry Public Library. And if you want some fun, join us on TikTok.
Oh
We were
yeah.
having probably a little too much fun making videos. We laughed
Yes.
so hard yesterday, but it was totally worth it.
Yes. Oh, it's been a blast. We have tons of ideas for new videos. So go follow us, join us on this new journey in this TikTok world. We're in the like book talk world too, not just TikTok. It's called Book Talk. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, join.
It's awesome. Thank you guys. We'll see you next month.
Bye.